What's up, everybody? How you doing? I want to talk to you guys for a second about the 90-man cut down to 53 that's going to be happening here on September 1st, and a few other things that are behind the scene that maybe, the average football fan may not know, okay? First off, on September 1st, the NFL changed rules this year, and what they're doing is they're cutting rosters from 90 football players down to 53. Before, there used to be two cuts. There used to be a 7 down to 75 and then a down to 53. This is good for NFL teams in a way because it allows them to hold on to a certain players a little bit longer. Let's say they have a position battle. Let's say they have a couple guys that are scrapping, that are doing the things, they're playing good on special teams, but you may have to hold a different position. This is good because now you have the ability to save two extra players or multiple players, so now you get to make a final decision. But let me say this. If I was a GM, I think I would approach this a little differently than the average person or the average NFL team. And what I would do personally is knowing going into this week 3, you already know your starters are going to play most of this game. They're going to play at least 2 quarters for the most part. Last night you seen Jaguars played 2 quarters, come back, the first team defense was still on in the 3rd quarter. So you're going to have teams that are playing their starters generally in the game 3 most of the time. Okay? So here's what I would do. After this week 3 event, or even now before the week 3 event, I'd start looking at players. I'd start taking guys that I know for sure that aren't going to make my 53-man roster, plus guys that I know for sure probably won't be my practice squad eligible guys, and I'm releasing them. I'm going to release them now. And the reason I'm going to release them now, if I'm a GM, I may cut 10 to 15 guys. But before I do that, I'd bring in practice squad. I'd bring in my shortlist guys. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a shortlist? Let me explain that. Every NFL team has a shortlist at every position. So let's say, for example, you're a center, you get hurt, all right? Center goes down. Every team has a list of 3 to 5 football players, sometimes more, of guys that they feel can meet the criteria to come in and they can sign right off the street. They'll bring in 3 or 4 of those guys in a workout. That's why when you see a workout, they're positional working out players. So what they'll do is they'll bring in multiple guys and then find the best one that fits their scheme and then sign him. Okay? So that's what they call a short list. Every NFL team has it. Every NFL team will tell a player sometimes, oh, I'm going to put you on a short list. Well, if they put you on a short list, this is what this means. So with that being said, let's say, for example, you have 2 corners right now. You have 2 cornerbacks that are, they're all right. They're decent, but they're not going to make your team. What you have now is you have 2 games left, or technically 1 game left, to bring them on. We know the 3rd game, they're not going to see no playing time anyway. So that's just time that you could just really, if you really want to, you can give the other guy an opportunity. But the game 4, no starters are playing, which means you can play these shortlist guys the entire game if you want to, and really get some good film on them to see what you think of that football player. That's what I would do personally if I was a GM. And the reason that I would do that is it would give, number one, more people a shot, more guys a shot that are coming off the street. And second, if you're trying to build the bottom of your roster out, or you're in rebuilding stage, this is the best opportunity for you to do it, because you can reach in, you can grab guys that may not see an opportunity until week 8, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that right there, because that's a lot of information. But with this roster cut going down to September 1st, it's going to be good for some teams. Expect a lot of trades. Expect a lot of trades before this deadline. You're going to probably see a lot of teams going out and putting their guys on the waiver wire in the morning, reaching out to media outlets and saying, hey, media, report this. We're releasing so-and-so. This is what we're doing. We're releasing so-and-so. So by the end of the day, they have until a 4 o'clock deadline, okay, to release that player, that another team will call and offer picks for that guy. And you're going to see a lot of trades. In my honest opinion, I think you're going to see at least 10 trades go down before September 1st. And it'll be guys that are going to be cut, or guys that are on a roster bubble that are going to be getting pushed out either way. So that's my advice there on the cutting down of the rosters. And I expect it to be a hectic week for a lot of NFL scouts and a lot of NFL teams. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not too hectic for us fans, right? Oh, good luck, y'all. So you're currently a free agent. You're sitting at home. You're trying to get signed by an NFL team. We're going into week 3, week 4 of the preseason. You've had a couple workouts. You've had a little interest, but you're not getting signed. Your agent's telling you on the phone, you know, if you don't get signed within the next week, it's going to be a long wait, and you're not understanding what that means. Let me break that down for you, okay? If you're a football player and you're sitting at home right now, week 3, week 4 of the preseason, if you're not signed within the next week, you're going to be waiting at home for quite a bit of time, unless you're on the short list, which I just explained about. If you're a guy who's on the short list of a football team, you may get an opportunity if an injury occurs. You may get an opportunity to come out and try to make that team. Does not mean that you're automatically going to get this position or automatically going to get the job. So with that being said, keep an eye on week 8. I believe week 6 is the trade deadline, okay, in the NFL. Most NFL teams will not touch their roster until about week 8. And that's what your agent's talking about, or whoever's telling you is talking about, trainers or whoever. Come week 8, NFL teams will start looking for future deals, okay? They're going to start looking for guys that they can sign off the street for the longevity to reach that 90-man limit that they just cut down to, okay? Or that they're cutting down to on September 1st. So if you're a football player and you're sitting at home, you technically have from right now until week 8, which is about 15, 16 weeks away probably, to get in the best shape of your life, to be ready in case that phone rings. Again, start making workout videos. These workout videos get pushed. Last night, I sent out all my workout videos to every NFL team. Every pro personnel department reached out, and I was able to get them all via email, every team film on the guys we've been putting on YouTube. So every team knows about you guys now. Every team knows who you are. I'm not an agent. I don't want anything to be an agent. Trust me, if I wanted to be an agent, I'd go take the test and I'd be an agent. But I feel everybody needs a little pick-me-up. Everybody needs a little boost. That's what we're doing. So I sent it out to NFL teams, waiting on responses now. When I get responses, I'll shoot them to the players, obviously. But you have to stay ready. Week 8 comes, you better be ready. If you're a football player and that's what you want to do, you better be ready because it's coming, okay? So think about this stuff, you know, eat, sleep, and drink football, and be ready because when your number's called, you might get one chance. You might get one opportunity. Don't drop the ball on it, okay? That's NFL Draft Diamonds. Thank y'all.